I decided I wanted to start a Missouri C10 group because we didn't have one on Facebook. So it started as a simple C10 group on Facebook. It was MO C10 Addiction. It grew quickly. Within the first 6 months, everyone was like, let's do a little get together. It's like, all right. So I thought we'd have 25 trucks, planned a small get together, had 100 trucks show up. So it was a very big cluster, as you could imagine. So that was year one. So after that, we realized, oh, this is gonna be big. So we started playing better. Year two, I think we had 250 trucks about. And then last year would have been year three, and we had about 500. We changed venues this year because we can bring food trucks in and we have more room and we can grow more. So we're at a new venue this year, our 4th year. We're expecting around the same numbers from last year. We'll see, probably a little more maybe. We expect next year to grow a little more because after the new venue, some of you guys were sketched out and didn't want to come. You guys are gonna find out how great the venue was. Everyone's gonna tell you how great it was, and you'll all be back next year. Kwik Performance, I met Robert, I believe, for the first time. I don't remember where. I heard that they were in Fairgrove, which is a hop skip from Springfield. Found out, of course, their main thing they do is serpentine systems. Worked out because not too long after I met him, I was in the middle of doing my LS swap in my 65. So as he probably will show you in this video, I have the Kwik Performance serpentine system set up on it as well. Their systems are great. If you're looking for an aftermarket serpentine system, no better place in my opinion.
Well, it was our youngest son's, and he was in the middle of rebuilding it whenever we lost him in a car accident in 2016. And so there was everybody, once we gathered ourselves together and everybody, you know, figured out what we were gonna do, we was gonna take and finish the truck. And there was probably in between 80 and 100 people that come together and started helping us. And it was a frame off restoration. And when you got that many people, it took us about 7 months to finish the truck. And my oldest son actually worked at a company in Mount Vernon, and Wayne was actually worked there too. And so my son actually helped Wayne out some, and then Wayne was in the middle of doing the Kwik Performance stuff, and that's how that come about. Was, you know, my son goes, hey, there's some cool stuff that we need to use. You put her on there and it's ready to roll. There's nothing hard about it, you know. Very, very easy. It's not like having to go look for 100 parts to get it to, you know, to fix, you know, put it all together. So, but it went together slick.
Yeah, how's it been working out for you?
Flawless, flawless. That's all you can say, is just flawless.
Well, it's a 1997 C1500. Actually purchased the truck from a neighbor of mine. It was his dad's truck. He bought it in '98. Had a couple 1,000 miles on it, and he daily drove it until I found it earlier on this year. Actually, I met Robert 4 or 5 years ago at the Street Rod Nationals here in Springfield. He was walking around, and at the time I had a 90, well, it was a 454 truck, but we had an LS swapped, and he saw it didn't have AC in it and poked me right along. You know, using the Kwik Performance front accessory drives with the sand-in compressor, with the pre-made AC lines, made it a breeze for the install. Everything bolted up, installation instructions were all very detailed, quick install. So it really loved the products, and we'll support them.
The truck actually sat in a barn for about 4 years with no motor in it. My best friend, a good friend of mine, had it. One day I was like, dude, you gotta do anything with that truck? He goes, you want it? I go, yeah. Well, I gave him the cash he wanted for it. Didn't have a motor in it or anything, and I become a real good YouTube mechanic and just learned everything on YouTube. I had the block built. It's bored 20 over, so it's 5.7 and stuff. So I just started kind of planning out my build, and I had a notebook, man. I just write everything down and what I wanted and everything, and come across Kwik Performance website. I was kind of going between all the different, I didn't want to put my AC bracket on the bottom because I would have had to notch my frame. And this was a nice and easy install, boom, and nice and clean. I love how that came out. Had a little issues with fitment, but it worked out, and I called Kwik Performance, and man, their customer service was awesome, and the guy was helping me out over the phone, and I nailed it. So I really appreciate it, and appreciate the love for the truck, man. It was a lot of work, you know. If you build this on a 2-car garage, it took me, you know, a year to do it. So I drove all the way from Fort Worth, Texas to be out here, so.
Found this in a scrap pile, and it was in pieces, and I just bought it for 1,700 bucks. Did a 5.3 LS swap with a 4L60, vintage air, TMI interior, and that took, I just got done. I probably worked on it about another 1.5 years after that.
How'd the installation process go with the bracket?
Oh, it was super. I mean, the instructions were perfect. You know, it was all blown out, so if you're good with pictures, you need pictures, and you can, it was perfect. Instead of just reading and trying to figure it out. Yeah, it was just that fast.